Is a war likely to break out on the Korean Peninsula in 2024? Once a war breaks out, who will win? Just as the situation in the Middle East was in chaos, the situation in North Korea suddenly took a turn for the worse. Relations between North and South Korea have become very tense, and war may even break out. Many media said that 2024 is the year when military conflict between North and South Korea is most likely to occur. Why did the situation in Northeast Asia, which was originally relatively calm, suddenly become so tense? On the first day of 2024, Kim Myung-soo, the top military attaché of the South Korean military and chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, flew on a military early warning aircraft to talk to South Korean combat troops. This move aroused great vigilance in North Korea. From January 1st to 2nd, multiple divisions of the South Korean Army conducted large-scale shelling and mechanized force maneuver exercises in areas close to the military demarcation line between North and South Korea, such as Wachon in Gangwon Province and Paju in Gyeonggi Province. On January 3rd, the South Korean Navy dispatched a number of destroyers, frigates, and missile boats to conduct naval gunfire and maritime maneuvering exercises in the waters surrounding the peninsula. This completely angered North Korea. On the 4th, North Korean official media stated that last year, South Korea repeatedly launched various military provocations, causing the situation on the peninsula to continue to deteriorate. This year has just begun, and South Korea has begun provocative actions again, pushing the situation between North Korea and South Korea into war, and North Korea has to take actions to protect itself. At the end, the Korean Central News Agency sternly pointed out that this year is the year when conflict between North and South Korea is most likely to occur. North Korea's strong threatening tone shows how angry it is. Of course, North Korea also conducted necessary military exercises. On the 5th, 47 North Korean artillery pieces fired 192 shells at 5 areas. On the 6th, the North Korean military fired more than 60 coastal artillery rounds in the northwest region of the peninsula. In response to North Korea's shelling, South Korea immediately issued an emergency notice to the residents of Yeonpyeong Island and Bangneong Island, saying that the current risk of military confrontation is very high, and North Korea continues to conduct shelling exercises at sea, which may accidentally injure residents of nearby islands, thus causing them to hide immediately. So, if a military conflict breaks out between South Korea and North Korea in 2024, who will win? The North Korean army currently has 1.2 million troops, while the South Korean army has 630,000 troops. North Korea can get support from China and Russia, and South Korea can get support from the U.S. military. The number of U.S. troops stationed in South Korea is as high as 37,000. In addition, the U.S. Navy and Air Force can provide tremendous support to South Korea. In the end, this is likely to turn into a tug-of-war or a war of attrition, just like the current conflict between Russia and Ukraine. It depends on who can persist to the end. Of course, the scale of this conflict may far exceed that of the Russia-Ukraine war, and the Palestinian-Israeli conflict is not worth mentioning at all, and the intensity of wars in Asia has always been the most serious in the world. Once a war breaks out, many people will die. The United States, in the end, had to join the war and was dragged into the quagmire of war. In short, for the United States, this is not worth the gain. At this tense moment, China's Ministry of Foreign Affairs stated that China hopes that both North and South Korea will remain calm and restrained, refrain from taking excessive military actions, and avoid further escalation of the situation, thereby creating favorable conditions for the resumption of meaningful dialogue and negotiations.